Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, isn't this an interesting situation? I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of what's going on with TikTok. The platform supposedly was slated to be banned and the Supreme Court upheld that decision. And now out of nowhere comes Donald Trump sweeping in, putting a 90-day stay on the ban of the platform, essentially allowing for an American company to come in, buy the platform, which then of course would divest the social media platform from Chinese control and influence. In other words, Donald Trump's about to save TikTok. And that creates a little bit of an interesting situation here now, doesn't it? I'd say for a couple different reasons. I want to chime in on this topic, show you some funny things that are popping up online, and then get into the actual details of why this is actually really important. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Okay, so what a turn of events, huh? It looks like Donald Trump's gonna be the one saving the TikTok platform from its own demise. And let that sink in for a second. This TikTok platform, which is typically associated with the left, is now alive and well and allowed to continue thanks to Donald Trump. It's poetic in a way, almost. And actually, funnily enough, when TikTok leftists were logging into the social media platform, this is what they were greeted with. Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's effort, TikTok is back in the US. You can continue to create, share, and discover all things you love on TikTok. Imagine being a Trump-deranged leftoid who just had their entire social media presence completely ripped from under them. Everything around you is coming to a crashing end, and then out of the shadows comes Donald Trump, supposedly Orange Hitler, to save your behind. It's just such an interesting and funny situation, and it's led to videos like this from big TikTok stars like James Charles, not exactly your typical Trump supporter, coming out and saying stuff like this.
I gotta keep it real. I am crashing the out right now. I don't know what to do. Oh my god. I've already opened and closed the app probably 6 times already just to keep getting the same stupid warning message. Oh my god, like this just this is so dystopian. First of all, I feel pathetic that I am freaking out like this over an application being unavailable on my phone, but also like this has been a massive part of our life for the last 6 years, and normally when something happens, I would get on TikTok and start complaining, and I can't even do that. I feel like disconnected. I feel cut off from the world and my community. This is crazy. This is crazy. God, and I can't, like, now I'm rooting for Trump? Ew! God, like, make America great again, I guess. God.
Quote, I guess I'm MAGA now. Yeah, I guess that's the case. I never thought I'd be saying this. It's just so incredibly hilarious. You know, we've got all these people on the left who've been pushing for Trump to fail now basically admitting that the fate of their future is now in his hands and they're stuck rooting for him. And so obviously we have a little bit of an interesting situation here. And now I guess the question becomes, to ban TikTok or not to ban TikTok? To save the platform or not? And initially I wasn't too sympathetic to the platform, to be honest. I absolutely despise TikTok for a multitude of reasons, but at the top of the list is their track record. When it comes to free speech, their history on the issue of censorship is downright abysmal. I mean, they have a horrible track record. Right-wing creators are regularly getting banned from the platform for nothing more than simply sharing a different political opinion, which I find absolutely disgusting. In fact, it's even a little bit personal for me because I have a great friend, one of my longest childhood friends, who is making some strides on the platform doing right-wing political commentary, and right when it started to go great for him, right when he started to pick up in the algorithm, guess what happened? Boom, they banned his entire account for literally no reason with no explanation. They did the same thing to Older Millennial, another conservative voice that has been featured on this channel many times. And so for me, I guess it's a little bit personal, and my initial reaction was TikTok had banned so many people in such despicable fashion that I was ready to throw TikTok straight into the dumpster without a single thought. Good frickin' riddance. But now I guess the initial emotional reaction has kind of subsided, and as I'm dwelling on the topic, I'm starting to see some opportunities here. I'm starting to see the opportunity for positive potential. It's not just about saving the platform that's obviously become a cultural behemoth. It's not just about saving people's ability to earn a living by using the platform itself. No, I think there's actually a larger opportunity here. An opportunity to set a good precedent when it comes to how these social media companies operate on the issue of free speech. And obviously this is something that Donald Trump has been an advocate for. Even recently, Donald Trump suggested that we need a new sort of internet bill of rights and possible reforms to Section 230 to make sure we're not handing over too much control to the big tech companies, the big tech giants, who seem hellbent on pushing their globalist agenda.
The time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights. In other words, government officials should need a court order to take down online content. Furthermore, when users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, they should have the right to be informed that it's happening and the right to a timely appeal.
And so now there's an opportunity for Donald Trump, I think, to influence the sale of TikTok and possibly steer it in the right direction. You know, at the end of the day, he's got all the power here. We're seeing all the leftoids basically admitting that their fate's in his hand. TikTok is the left-wing platform. Well, what does that give Donald Trump? It gives him the most important thing in situations like this: leverage. He has all of it. He's the one who put a 90-day pause on the ban of the platform. He's the one who can also decide to go back on that decision. And that obviously gives him the ability to influence this sale. And that influence, in my view, must be used, and that's the opportunity. Donald Trump can essentially use his executive influence to make sure that not only is China forced to divest from the platform, but to hopefully make sure that the new ownership group that buys the platform commits to the fundamental constitutional values of free speech and expression. This, in my view, has to happen. I mean, imagine TikTok following the lead of platforms like X, which is already committed to free speech, and then of course we've got Zuckerberg promising that he's going to make changes at Meta, although of course with him we'll have to see if that actually sticks. He tends to blow with the wind, am I right? But if that's the case, I mean, just think about the social media landscape. If X is a free speech platform, Meta, Facebook, Instagram follow the same path, and then TikTok is essentially, let's call it not forced, but influenced to commit to that basic fundamental value, well then just think about it. All of a sudden, all the big tech Goliaths are all now free speech platforms, and all that's left is for YouTube to join the list. You know, I think this is an incredible opportunity. That's what I'm starting to realize. This is a chance to reshape the online space in a way that actually favors the people, rather than the elite censors pulling the strings behind the scenes. And to be honest with you, if that's the news, if a new ownership group buys this platform and commits fully to free speech, well then I might even make a TikTok account for the first time. You know, it feels like there's an opportunity here to really change the world in a way. You know, it's a real carpe diem situation, a seize the day, to set an entirely new precedent, to lay the groundwork to enable constitutional protections for freedom of speech online. I mean, this is big. There's an opportunity here to truly win the day, and even Donald Trump politically has a very unique opportunity. I mean, let's not forget the irony. The left, who have painted Donald Trump as a fascist, authoritarian dictator, well, now those exact same people are now looking to Donald Trump to save their behinds. The fascist is now the savior of freedom of expression? It's a complete reversal, and frankly, I find it pretty hilarious. But again, it's an opportunity to change the narrative, to win the day, win people over, and most importantly, do the right thing. But of course, we'll have to see what happens, and as per usual, I'll keep you guys updated throughout the whole process. Anyways, for now, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.